What it is, guys, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at y'all with more Danmachi, and this is the long-awaited Record Buster video. We've been working on this for a couple of days. I finally have some pretty good results. I'm still struggling to get that top 1,000, but I have faith we're going to do it. So let's talk about the tactics that I've used thus far, and kind of what I'm using going forward. Now, as you can see, I do have the new Filvis and the new Line on this team because they're just absolutely stellar for the fire team. Now, if recollection serves, I don't think Ottarl has any concern whatsoever for elements. It's all just you got to use physical on them. So we'll talk about all that here in just a second. First, the team. Okay, you'll see that I do have Gareth on here, and I don't often use Gareth. And the other thing you'll notice is that Gareth has a glorious anklet, not the usual where he comes in, does his one hit, and then leaves. We're going to try to get, Galamus. We're going to try to get Galamus to survive to the end of the turn. I can never remember his damn name for some reason. Okay, we are only swapping out one unit this time around. But wait, why do you have Line on the end? I'll explain that. And actually, I'll fix that. Okay, so then I have Filvis here. Filvis has the revolving anklet, and the reason that she does that is because she's the debuffer. She's going to debuff fire skills on our units, and then we're just basically going to keep replicating that. All right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and put... we're going to put Line on first, and I'm actually going to put Krazo on the back. Wait, what? Yep. You heard right. I'm going to put Krazo on the back, and I'm going to try this. I'm going to give Galamus Orna and see what happens here. Because I really want Galamus to last basically through turn 9. I need him to last turn 9. I'm sorry, not turn 9. Turn 12, and then die on turn 12. That's the goal. All right? Sounds crazy, but follow me here. Okay? But what about Krazo? Krazo's a great hitter. He absolutely is an astounding hitter. And I really need him for his debuff replication. But I'm going to use Haruhime for that. You'll see why here in just a few moments. All right? And Line. Line can actually do it too. So, let's see. Or no, I'm sorry. Line only does buffs, isn't it? I think Line only does buffs with her special. I stand corrected on that one. But let's go ahead and jump in here. Pretty strange team, but I'll explain here in just a moment. Okay? So first things first, let's look what Ottarl does. All right. There we go. All right. So Ottarl is now down. He's down 50% for physical. He's actually up 50% on magic. It's just our assist skills have debuffed him enough that he's not going to do as much. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give him a magic debuff. I'm going to have Galamus do his defensive attack. I'm actually going to increase the counter rate. That's going to help us out immensely. And I'm going to have Argonaut doing his thing. Now, in hindsight, now that I'm thinking about it, it actually might be better to have Argonaut float. But Argonaut really is going to kind of be our damage producer here, if I'm honest. All right. So now, Filvis just left. We have our debuffer gone. But remember, Ottarl never takes debuffs away. He'll actually take the buffs away, which is the number one reason that I actually have Argonaut on here the more I think about it. Okay? So we're gonna extend all his debuffs. That's gonna keep that going. Okay? And I'm actually just gonna do damage with her now. Okay? Galamus on the other hand. Yep, I'm gonna do that one. It's got ultra penetration rate and everything. He's not gonna hit crazy hard, but it will help out. And I'm gonna have Haruhime do her counter, well, it's counter and penetration rate, but her counter reproduction, because that actually is going to help out immensely. All right, so we need some healing. We're going to do that. I'm going to have Haruhime do a little bit of healing right here, and I can actually, if I really wanted to get crazy, I could have Krazo do some. Galamus took a lot of damage there. So, yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of healing on this turn. There we go. Oof. Galamus, my man, I need you to not die, please. All right. You know what I didn't do? I didn't hit him with the big debuff, did I? I did not. So I need to hit him with a big debuff. And are his debuffs going to stay in place? Yeah, his debuffs will be fine for this turn. But I'm still going to do that. Hopefully Haruhime will give him a heal, but she should. Boom, boom, boom. Don't die. All right, good. Oh, no, he's dead. Fuck. Okay. So that's where I screwed up. I really should have hit Ottarl with the debuffs early. Oh, no, he's not dead. Oh, perfect. Okay, excellent. Now, going to seem crazy. It's only going to stay in place for 3 turns. But if I can keep everyone alive, it'll be more than worth. All right? So then we're going to go back in. We're going to do all of our buffs all over again. And I'm going to have Haruhime do her big buff. Now we're going to do this twice. We're going to do this on turn 4. Because now we've lost all our buffs. Once Ottarl does a super attack, you lose all of your buffs. So that's why we're doing this again. So we're doing it on turn 4 and turn 5 and turn 9. Seems crazy. It sounds a little bit like a waste, but generally by the end of the game, I still have at least three essays left over. All right, so perfect. Preferably, I'd like to do it only on turn 9, but with my Galamus being as weak as he is, I got really little choice. Okay, so we do that. We're going to go back and just do our basic attacks. And in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and do the big debuff now. Okay? She's going to hit him with the debuff first so we don't take as much damage. That's a huge help. Okay? And then we'll increase our counter rate. That's going to help build our SA gauge back up. Everybody else is just doing their basic attack. And this turn 8, we're going to once again have to do major debuffs. And I don't think I explained why I have Line on here on turn 4, so I'll explain it now. Okay? Turn 8, she's going to do her first attack. This removes all of Ottarl's strength buffs. He's going to do a big strength buff at the beginning of this, and we need to remove that so we're not taking as much damage. So basically, he was swinging a sword around, he's going to give himself a big strength buff, and then Line is going to be like, nah, bro, that ain't happening. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and do that just to keep everything in play. All right. There we go. Excellent. Now everybody's still at full health. A lot of that thanks to Haruhime's major... when she counters, she does a big heal. So, all right. Galamus survived that. That's absolutely perfect. And we're going to do Haruhime Specialized one more time. And rebuild all of our buffs. Okay? We do have to rebuild the counter buff, and we do have to rebuild the defensive buff. This is technically a defensive buff. What Galamus does is he basically reduces by 35% every hit you take, be it attack all or single target. My EU players, pay close attention. Galamus should still be around for you guys, I think. I think those stayed around. So once you've got Krazo and Argonaut, you can start farting around with some of these units. I should think about it. I don't remember if the banners stayed around or not. It might be gone, but either way, Krazo and Argonaut are your biggest units. I rarely use this guy. As you can see, you saw at the beginning of the match, he has no dupes in him, so it really is not that big a deal. All right, we're going to do our big debuff. We're going to just do some basic attacks. That big debuff is going to save our ass. And now the goal is to just build up that SA gauge. Okay? We're going to build that SA gauge up. We should have all of our buffs in place. Yes, we do. I know Spectre always gets on to me because I don't use the icons. You can click up here and use the icons to see everything there. But it bothers my OCD. It clutters the screen and it drives me insane. I just think it's easier for me to click there and physically see what's all there. So all of our buffs and debuffs are in play. There's just 2 ways of doing basically the same thing. Okay? So, you notice Krazo is still chilling. He is still hanging out there waiting for his turn to come in. There we go. Now, that's a big buff he just gave himself. So he should have... Oh, did he not have a strength buff? He does not have a strength buff yet. So there you go. And I didn't really talk. I talked about it a little bit at the beginning, but you'll notice he does not have any kind of element resist. All of this element resist actually just came from my assists and my debuffs. All right. Haruhime, I need you to heal. Replicate all those debuffs. Will be golden. I'm going to actually set Argonaut to heal. And actually, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to remove those buffs, and actually, if Galamus dies on this turn, or Galamus dies on this turn, I'll be happy. That's exactly what I wanted. So, here we go. Now, I do still need to use Haruhime's heal because I actually need everybody else to kind of not die. That's a thing. So, here, hopefully Galamus will die. Oh, Line died too. No! That's a bad situation. All right. So we didn't get our guard there, which super sucks. But now that we don't have our guard, so this is about to hurt. Haruhime is probably dead. I could use her buff, but we actually don't have time to build up the gauges again. So I'm going to use Krazo and Argonaut for their SAs. The nice part about Krazo is he doesn't really have any buffs yet. Line's dead, so the only buffs he would have gotten would be from her. It's kind of a crapshoot at this point. So we just kind of got to do our thing now. Now, she should still do a decent amount of damage, but this is not going to be a glorious run by any stretch. The goal here would have been to have 3, to have 3 SA at this point, and a lot of that had to do with my debuffing tactics and all that stuff. So there's probably a way I can rerun this and actually get a little more damage out of them. Yeah, these guys are not producing the kind of damage I want to see. Which sucks, but it's a thing. It's completely a thing. So there are some things I'm going to have to tweak about this type of run. Let's see. Ooh, that's a great hit. Yeah, so Krazo really needs that physical buff. So I'm going to have to probably rebuild this. Maybe instead of debuffing, what we need to do is we just need to have Line and Galamus die there and just bring in... well, actually, it was still a pretty respectable hit. What's really nice here is on turn 12 when he supers, he actually doesn't remove any of your buffs. So we're actually going to be good until the end of the run. So we can just go ham here. All of his debuffs are still in play. Let's go crazy. Yeah, if Krazo had a buff here, we'd be in much better state. But we got this. We're done. So we've survived. We're going to get a really good amount of extra damage percentage out of that just for surviving. Oh, yeah, 74. Not my best run. Not my best by a long shot. I would have really preferred to have the 3. So maybe if I'm rethinking this, maybe find a way to negate Haruhime's first SA. Save that SA for the end. So I'm still shooting for 100k. So if I had a triple or even a quadruple there at the end, there's still some things in my tactic to tweak. But now you know basically how to take on Ottarl. He will remove... The big thing to remember is he will buff himself on 4, 8, and 12. You need a unit. Case in point, like Line. Come on, girl. If we go here to Star Pulse, says super light physical attack with ultra uncounter rate, removes strength and magic buffs. In HP regen, that's not that important, but pardon me, the removal of the strength buffs is really super important. You need to use one of those skills. Whoever you've got that does it, need to use one of those skills. Turn 4, turn 8, and turn 12. You must. If you do not, he is going to hit you like crazy. If you have a unit like Galamus, let's go back here. All right, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Boom. If you have a unit like Galamus that does damage received, attack type, all and single, or one or the other, all all would actually be the best because it's going to defend you against the super attacks. The Ghostbuster Raoul does that. There's a couple other units that do. A really good skill to have. Now, for me, when it came to the end of the game, I didn't need him. All I needed was Argonaut and Krauzo for their combo, because their combo is crazy. If you haven't seen what their combo does, let's go ahead and... oh, I did that wrong. Okay, won't matter. Actually, the arrangement of the characters actually could make a big difference, so I'm going to try that too. But, status, if we go down here, Ancient Bond, combo. Okay. Foes, Ultra Fire, Physical... Oh, I'm sorry, this is his special. Sorry. Ancient Bond. Foes, plural, non-element physical attack activates after SA combos by +2 Ascension upgraded times +3 units with the same combo attack. Cannot be... So, does it explain what it does? Doesn't explain what it does. Basically, it's like it almost doubles the amount of attack damage they get. Maybe even a little more, because you saw that Krauzo hit for like, what, just over 150k. Argonaut hit for almost 500,000. If I could get Krauzo to hit for 500,000, and then that combo was like 2 mil. So, it's pretty nuts. Their combo, this is, for my EU players, this is why I say these two are absolutely ridiculous. That combo is second to none in this game. Sometimes you can have 4P combos come up, and they'll still use that over that because of how powerful that combo is. I'm not even joking. If you are playing the EU version of the game, get these two. 100%. You'll use them in everything. There are times where they've been at disadvantage because of their fire skill, and they still kick everybody's ass because they're just that good. Anyway, my gosh, my rant. So the big thing is, like I said, remove strength buffs and make sure you have all of your defenses on point on turns 4, 8, and 12. And then you'll need to rebuff everybody in turns 5 and 9. If you have Haruhime, use her SA on turn 9. It'll stay till the end of the game. If you're not familiar with her SA, what her SA does, it gives you strength plus 100% and... strength 100% and magic 100%. And more I think about it, I think that's the big thing I screwed up on, is if I had Haruhime's SA there at the end, it would have... Because, remember, you always want her in the front. If I had her SA in the end, it would have buffed Krauzo. That's the big difference. So, live and learn. Those are your tactics, guys. Go out there, kick some ass. Let me know what kind of scores you guys got. I'm still shooting for 100k, and I'm getting closer. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to eke it out before the end of the weekend. So, maybe we'll revisit this on Monday like we usually do. So, this video, like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow my Birdman. Hit me up on Booker. I'll lay your asses out. Tonight, it's Dokkan Battle stream. So, yeah, a lot of fighting. A lot of swole dudes. Not as many waifus. This guy's neither a waifu nor a swole dude, so it's a bad example. Gotta go.